I'm going to pay somebody to find you. I'm going to find a private detective, and I'm going to find you, mate. And you've got it now. You want it, mate. Believe me, you're going to fucking get it. I will contact somebody today, a private detective, and I will find you. If it breaks me, I may even have to sell my condo.
This is a 3-month update on the cautionary tale we examined previously. In the last video, we observed Colin, a 70-year-old man living in Pattaya on a UK state pension, housebound by multiple health conditions, yet still clinging to the remnants of a fantasy that thousands of older Western men quietly nurture. We noted his geographic independence, his condominium, his financially dependent ladyboy companion, and his streaming routine. We also noted the darker trajectory, the planned sale of that condominium to fund a private detective to locate the people on the internet who laugh at him, the self-medication with booze and Prozac, the physical decline, and the very real possibility that the things he once believed made his life aspirational were in fact the instruments of its slow collapse. What has happened since then is not merely continuation, it is a revelation. For over 3 years, this man cultivated a very specific persona. He presented himself as a street-fighting hard man, a man who would hunt his critics down, a man who would inflict serious harm if crossed. He spoke with confidence about violence, about retribution, about the lengths he would go to settle scores. It was the last prop of a certain kind of expat mythology. The tough guy in paradise who answers disrespect with force. You see, approximately 50 days ago, that hard man, tough guy persona had a date with reality, and that reality left him a quivering, sobbing mess, laying on his back in a gutter. A man whom Colin had stalked, abused, and threatened for some time finally came face to face with him. Colin, true to the image he had spent years projecting, drew an extendable baton and attempted to attack. 5 seconds later, he was lying on the floor. It took him 40 minutes to get back up. In those 5 seconds, the entire edifice collapsed. Here we see the perfect allegory. Colin cast himself as Captain Ahab, consumed by the hunt, swearing vengeance upon his white whale. The critics, the ridiculers, the people who refused to play along with his fantasy. Obsessed, raging, willing to risk everything in pursuit of that singular enemy. Yet when the moment came, it was not the whale that was struck down. It was Colin who ended up as the beached whale, wheezing, helpless, laid out in the gutter. The hunter became the carcass. The great pursuer reduced to an undignified lump on the pavement. From that moment, the metamorphosis was complete. The hard man vanished. What replaced him is the professional victim. Where once he spoke of hunting people down, he now speaks endlessly of being hunted. Where once he promised violence, he now promises to call the police. He has swapped the image of the street fighter for that of the perpetual injured party, constantly appealing to authorities around the world. Any criticism, any ridicule, any observation that he has become a court jester in his own tragic opera. And he dials the police. He begs his remaining audience to stand shoulder to shoulder with him, to make anonymous reports, to weaponize law enforcement on his behalf, so that he might claim some fragment of victory. This is not strength. This is the last resort of a man who has run out of other options. A beached whale now flailing, using complaints and reports as his only remaining harpoon. He has discovered that when you cannot win on the street, you can still attempt to exhaust your opponents through official channels across multiple countries. A sad spectacle, of weaponized victimhood. This is what remains of the aspirational Pattaya dream. A man who once talked like Ahab, reduced to lying on the pavement, then rising only to beg strangers to file police reports for him. A man who has turned his own humiliation into a full-time occupation. The cautionary element has not softened, it has sharpened. This is where that fantasy can lead when it is pursued without restraint, without self-awareness, and without an exit strategy. The sun still shines in Pattaya, the bars are still open, but the mirror has cracked, and the reflection it now offers Colin is merciless.